Welcome back. You're watching us here on Mad About Markets. This is the Diwali special and we're focusing on the chocolate industry, and there's so much to talk. But as always, it's that time of the show when we focus on the yays and the mays.
I wonder what could be the maze of chocolate. I mean, everything has to be a yay, right?
I know, but we'll try.
Okay, we'll try. The biggest yay for me is that, India's per capita consumption is just 360 grams per year as compared to developed markets who consume 5 to 10 kgs of chocolate every year. So that's a long way to go, and that sounds delicious. 5 to 10 kgs of chocolate.
Yes, it is. But what is the size of that pie? Because the urban market is really saturated. It is a Bharat opportunity where players will now have to go to expand.
The Bharat opportunity is where everyone else is going as well. We've heard from Mondelez, Mars, all of them looking to expand in rural areas to maintain growth and increase their penetration.
But this is particularly challenging at a time when the country and the population is becoming more and more portion and health conscious. How do you get them to eat more sugary chocolates?
Well, the portion which is getting portion conscious is a sliver, and the urban as well, right? And then there are opportunities in e-commerce offerings. You can order things and send it to people. Gifting, that's a big opportunity.
Well, you can order, but therein lies the challenge because you have to maintain it at a certain temperature. There's refrigeration infrastructure involved. You can't have liquid chocolates getting delivered, right?
Yeah, but it's become a primary sweet for occasion celebration. I mean, we've seen traditional mithai dabbas, if not being replaced, at least being added on to a big chocolate box that one gets as well.
But let me ask you, in that chocolate box that you've been getting, how many of those are really Indian brands? It is MNCs that dominate the market here.
Yeah, but some of those MNC brands as well have woven themselves into the fabric of India so much that it's difficult to imagine India without Cadbury, so to say. And, a lot of these MNC brands have also launched India-specific flavors. Kesar, pista, Snickers, anyone?
Well, we've talked about what works and doesn't work for the industry, but I guess the biggest question still remains for a growing health-conscious population. How do you, Kalpesh, for instance, drive the growth from 300 grams per person to 2-3 kilos? How will you get them to consume more and drive this penetration?
So large categories in snacking, let's look at categories like biscuits. They are close to 80% penetration. Categories like chocolates are available in only 50 to 60% of the retail universe. So it is about mental availability and physical availability. Yeah. So once the chocolate players are able to make the products available in 80-90% of the retail universe, again, at the same time giving the right price points, then there is a sweet spot sitting over there.
That brings us to the bigger question, and which is, can Indian brands get a bigger piece from India's chocolate market? That question to you first, Mr. Sodhi, and then Kalpesh, your thoughts.
Yeah, you see, as far as our revenue is concerned, it may not be even today 1% of our total turnover, because last year it was 61,000 crore. But we feel that in another 2-3 years, we'll be at least having 10% market share. And I tell you, purpose is not only to have high top line or anything. Purpose is to provide better price to the cocoa growers. So once Amul is there or Camco is there, others also have to pay more price, like we have done in the milk.
In the last 20 years, maybe 20 years ago, the gifting was local products or local mithais. And thanks to the great work all the companies have done, today a huge percentage of gifting is through chocolates. And every time someone gifts a chocolate to someone, that's entry into a new household. So I think it's going to be an and. I love Indian mithais. I'm a big fan. And I don't think chocolates can replace that happy moment what an Indian mithai gives. But with the new generation, they are looking at not just having the traditional experience, but they want experience which they can also talk on Instagram, So that's where a brand like M&M comes in and said, wow, I got this M&M pack, and then I'm having that. I'm gifting that during the Diwali season. And that's where the category would grow. Having said that, from a 20-30 year lens, I believe both will coexist. But the millennials, Gen Zs, might be more comfortable with these international experiences or local experiences which they resonate with. So both will exist, but again, packaged confectionery products will do very well from a long-term or a medium-term perspective.
All right, so from the long-term standpoint, Indian mithais, Indian brands and international brands, all of them will coexist. It will, so long as people like Ritu and me continue to eat all those sweets. But thank you, Mr. Sodhi, Kalpesh, Vikram, for joining us and giving us your perspective on the chocolate market. I think they whetted our appetite enough for us to just go grab a bite of chocolate. Thank you.
And you all have a happy Diwali.